There is something so truly inspiring about when human beings choose to share their message and create something over the fear of what people are going to think or basically the result. Like, I watch a lot of Casey Neistat videos, and he's the kind of vlogger that you aspire to be because he walks around New York, one of the busiest, most hectic cities in the world, and just does not give a fuck. Ow. He is way more concerned with the outcome of the story. He wants to tell you a story, and that kind of audacity really, really inspires me. Side note, I've decided that I don't care anymore what my room looks like because, like I said, the story is more important. And of course, it's not just YouTubers who do this, right? It's anybody who feels confident enough to put themselves out there for the sake of a message, right? For the sake of sharing what they believe is important enough that it might impact somebody else. And that's really inspiring. And it speaks to something very specific about the human experience, about the human condition. A lot of people have been conditioned to prioritize what other people might think and to basically preserve that illusory sense of comfort from, hey, there's people around. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I don't want to talk about this at dinner because I might be the only one who thinks this way. And we get conditioned to the point where people let all of their dreams die out of that fear. It's really sad. On the flip side, you have people who've cultivated an ability to truly not give a fuck. And the reason it's so inspiring is because it speaks to the human condition inside of you that wishes you could do the same thing. I think that is why people love Casey Neistat's vlogs. I think that's why authenticity is the new currency of the future. It is what people cannot replicate because it's unique to you, it's unique to me, and every single person on this earth. So that willingness to pursue some creative path, entrepreneurial, video, art, writing, painting, whatever it is so inspiring because it's available to every single person to go after that, but you have to overcome something to get there. The reason this fascinates me is because from a philosophical perspective, so much of the path to enlightenment or awakening is this idea that you have to face and understand what is causing your suffering. What is making you uncomfortable and go through life trying to force everything? And the freedom that you see in people like Casey, like the artists of the world. In this video, I'm talking a lot about Casey Neistat because I happen to be very inspired by him. I just watched this video where he talked about what he learned from 800 days of vlogging. What is so inspiring about people like that is you can feel the freedom that is available to them, that they have chosen, right? Whereas other people are constantly struggling and making these decisions based off of what the outcome might be and focus exclusively on the external results. What are people going to think? How is it going to do? How much money can I make? How many people are going to see it? Am I going to get liked? Are people going to laugh at me at dinner? Are they going to approve of what I'm saying? Every external validation possible is in the driver's seat for people who are not free. So those people that we're so inspired by, they don't have anything special, really. Of course, they are unique and everything they do is an expression of their true self, but it's not like they are some special breed. Every human being goes along a path that is in line with nature, right? That's what we know from Taoism, from Wu Wei, from Zen. That's why there's a tie with philosophy and everything I talk about. But the point is, there's a spiritual nature to the pursuit of audacity, to the pursuit of authenticity and expression. And that is why it is so key to the human experience. And when you see someone being their authentic self, it inspires you because you know that that capacity is within you. So we know that that capacity is inside us too. Whoever the example is, whoever that person is, that pursuit of authenticity of expression is inherently spiritual because it's tied to a very, very human, a very universal theme of overcoming the illusions that bog your mind, the illusions and the fears that the ego makes up to stop you from going after what you want. Stephen Pressfield names it resistance, and it basically is the ego and all of its fears that if you actually pursue what you want, something grand will happen, and that's scary to the comfort zone that you live in right now. So these creators, be it Casey or anyone else who inspires you, is committed much more to overcoming resistance every time and actually values the feeling of overcoming resistance rather than the comfort feeling that they get from not pursuing what they want to do. It's universal because that happens to every single human being. And that's why authenticity is the currency of the future that everybody wants to have and is capable of having, but it's your responsibility to ignite it. So the reason why so many people aspire to that and feel that urge within them, and the reason it causes suffering, is because we know deep, deep down on a soul level, the only thing in our way is us, right? Anytime that I decide not to go for my authentic expression, except for a few extreme scenarios, it's a story that I've made up. It's my ego, it's resistance trying to keep me comfortable. And the fascination of those who are audacious and daring and bold and courageous is that they are aware of that capacity for them to be fully themselves. They're aware of the obstacles in their way, which they have created. And you sit there and you watch it, and I sit there and I watch it in awe because I know that I can do that too. Authenticity is a currency available to every single person. It's a spiritual truth that when you are authentic, you are aligned with nature, you're aligned with the Tao, with the universe, with who you are meant to be. And that is very powerful. The next time you're watching one of those videos and you feel inspired, you should take that spark and run with it. Whatever your pursuit is, everybody is creative. We are all co-creating something in our life, whether it's a business, a podcast, a YouTube channel, a family, a set of kids that we're teaching at a school. I don't know. You're creating something. And there's a truth inside of you that wants to be pulled out. And it has to go through the obstacle of resistance, of the ego, of what are they going to think of me? Am I a failure? What if I do this? What will my family think? Every possibility that you think could go wrong is going to be playing in your mind until you shut it off, turn the metaphorical camera on, and decide that you and your message is far more important than what anybody else is going to say or do or think or feel about it. It's about you and the potential that you could impact both on yourself and the world. And that's exactly the fascination with creatives that we have as humans. Art, self-expression, it is so fascinating to us because it is how people align themselves with their true nature, seemingly without effort. So if you feel like this is you and you've been getting in your own way, I just created a fantastic 12-week group program that is exactly meant to work through all of those creative blocks, not just with creativity, but with life itself. With your choices of where you get to be authentic, where you get to be fully expressed, where you get to be the uninhibited person you are meant to be. So check out the program in the description. I would love to have you in it. I would love to support you, and thanks for watching.